I'm a fairy. Oh my, I can't say that. Hi everybody, my name is Dan, and welcome to my kitchen for another yummy episode of Man Cake. Or, today, I don't know if you can see them, maybe a magical episode of Man Cake. If you can tell by my little fairy wings, you know. But today, we're going to be making a delicious fairy house cake. Now, I'm excited because this is, I pride myself in the kitchen with recipes, but this is actually going to be my first time building something, and I'm kind of nervous, and I don't know how well it's going to turn out, but I'm excited to build it with you guys and, hear what you think. All the tools and the ingredients and everything is going to be down below in that description, along with some recipe links for my basic chocolate cake, my buttercreams, edible moss, all the things we're going to be doing today are going to be down there in the description, along with that subscribe button. So if you click that and ring the bell, you can stay up to date on brand new recipes every week. And maybe some more videos of me dressed up. Yeah. I feel like, do you remember Bug's Life? The little caterpillar who finally at the end of the movie, spoilers, turns into a butterfly. It's like, but he's still like a big cat. He's like, I'm a cute little butterfly. And he flaps away. Flap, flap. No? Okay. Well, let's get started on this delicious, yummy, fun fairy house cake. So on our rotating cake stand, we have our first layer of chocolate cake, and to that we're going to spread some delicious chocolate ganache. And give that a nice little spread. Now, if you've never made chocolate ganache before, fun tip, it's actually really easy. Maybe I'll do a video about that one day. I actually enjoy it. Once I've mastered it, I was like, oh, this is so easy. Everybody should be doing this. Plus, it's chocolate. But let's go ahead and add our second layer of chocolate cake. Throw on some more delicious chocolate ganache. Give that a nice little spread. And add our third layer of yummy chocolate cake. With a little bit more ganache. And another quick little spread. Then we want to take our ganache and kind of just spread it around the sides of the cake. Now let's pop this in the fridge to let chill out for a couple minutes while we start on our smaller cake stack. Now the smaller cake stacks, I'm using 4-inch pans. Again, all this will be down below in the description if you want to make your own yummy and cute fairy house cake, because all us fairies need a little place we can call home. Just get these to flap. Flap. But these are actually going to be for our little mushroom stem, which is where our fairies are going to live. So let's take our first layer of chocolate cake and spread some delicious vanilla buttercream on top. And then add our second layer of chocolate cake. And pipe some more vanilla buttercream on top. And then cover this with even more vanilla buttercream. Don't worry if it looks messy, it's more than okay, because all this is going to be smoothed out as we go about putting this all together. So let's take our bench scraper and rotate the cake and just smooth out this frosting as best as we can. Now that our little tiny cakes are all frosted, let's go ahead and pop this in the fridge and let it chill out and let the buttercream and the cake really set together. Now next, because our little mushroom house is going to live on top of a tree trunk, I want to go ahead and melt some chocolate down. So we want to take our melted chocolate and spread that on some parchment paper. And we want to cover that with another layer of parchment paper. And then just give it a nice little roll. Now let's go ahead and pop that in the fridge and let it chill for a couple minutes, and grab our cake that we let chill in there also. Now let's add some more of delicious, yummy ganache on top of our chilled cake. And give it a nice little spread. And then we want to brush some chocolate ganache along the sides of the cake. Perfect. Now our little tree stump is ready for that chocolate bark that we popped in the fridge. So you just want to grab that, give it a nice little unroll. Don't worry if it breaks. It's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to look like bark. But once you have that rolled out, start with the bigger pieces and go around the border of your cake. And if you find that your bark isn't really sticking the way you want it to, just add a little more ganache on the back of your bark piece and slap it right on top and give it a nice little, well, not on top, on the side, and give it a nice little press. This way it really holds to that cake. Next, we want to take 4 straws and put them into our 3-layer chocolate cake. This is really going to add the support for our mushroom house. This way it doesn't sink into the cake and just collapse and cause a mess, because nobody wants that. Plus, we already put so much work in this cake. It's got to be as, well, not perfect. It's going to be a mess because, again, first time, still kind of like, I can't know if you could tell, but like hands are like shaking because I'm nervous that it's just going to fall to pieces. But we want to take 4 straws. I like the 4 like big milkshake straws. They have like IKEA, or you might see them at like Rite Aid or like a CVS. They're really cheap and they come in like a pack of 50. Get them. They're going to be real handy in your kitchen, especially when you stack cakes. And you want to place them not as close together as possible, but enough to where they're going to, the weight distribution of whatever cake you're putting on top is really going to be held in place. Now obviously it's too much straw on the cake, too much is sticking out. So what I like to do is like to pull them out a little bit and give it a nice little snip. And then just do that for the rest of your straws. Now with our smaller cakes, we want to grab those out of the fridge and place gently on top of our bigger cake. Gently, because we don't want this to make a mess. Now for our mushroom cap, I actually used a dome pan and just baked the cake, frosted it, same way we did the mini cakes, popped in the fridge once it's frosted. We want to add that on top of our little mushroom stack. And then just for a little more structure and security here, because again, don't want this to lean and collapse, we're going to take another milkshake straw and press that down into the middle of the cake. And then again, we're just going to lift and snip. Now let's go ahead and add another delicious layer of vanilla buttercream all around the mushroom cap of our little mushroom house. And then we'll just give it a little spread. And repeat until we have a nice clean layer of delicious vanilla buttercream. Now let's sprinkle on some of our yummy edible moss. I'll throw this link down below also in the directions and an iCard in one of these corners somewhere. But it's really quick, it's really easy, and it's actually really fun to make. But in order to actually get it down and make sure it stays down, let's go ahead and spread some more chocolate ganache on top of our cake. And then sprinkle some of this yummy edible moss. And try to make sure you have, good covering. Now let's finish off the mushroom cap. So I'm using just, again, basic yummy vanilla buttercream, dyed red, give it that typical mushroom cap color. So we'll add a couple of dots. And give it a nice spread over. And then go back in with even more non-colored, yummy vanilla buttercream for our white spots on top of our mushroom cap. Okay, wow, I'm really impressed. This looks like an actual mushroom. If I was a fairy, well, if I was a small fairy, I would definitely want to live in this house. It looks cute. Got nice little greenery, nice little big mushroom to live in. I'm sure there's plenty of space. I could do my YouTube in, I could do my homework, I could play my video games. I could have fun in this mushroom house. But I still feel like it's missing something. So let's add maybe some decorative tulips. I think, why not? And just like that, we have our cute woodland fairy house cake. I mean, it looks so cute with the tulips and the edible moss and the big mushroom on top of the tree trunk. Again, rent me a U-Haul because I'm ready to move in and, well, maybe not because I would eat myself out because this chocolate cake is delicious. Now let's go check in with Rosie from Rosie's Dessert Spot and see how fantastic her fairy house cake has turned out. Just a little flap to fly on over.
Hi Rosie, how's it going?
Hey, great. How'd your cake come out?
It came out really good, but I want to know, how was it?
It was challenging, but I'm definitely going to do it again. That was so much fun. Yeah, there's a bit of thought that goes into you're always a little bit nervous, but you can definitely do it. It's easy to replicate once you have the general form.
Any behind the scenes kitchen mishaps for this fairy house cake?
Well, there's a reason why I never see one. A little bit lopsided, but we just ignore that.
Same thing here. I put my freezer to chill out. All the tree bark just collapsed off the cake. So my freezer was just this naked cake with a much all on the bottom. It was such a pain. But reset, we got everything back on, so it turned out great. Well, guys, definitely be sure to head over to Rosie's Dessert Spot. She makes so many awesome cake videos and dessert videos and a lot of tutorials and how-tos and some tips and tricks. Things that I didn't even know were possible. Rosie is just blowing them all out of the water. And hit her up on Instagram. Her Instagram stories are hilarious and wonderful. So check her out, show her some love, say hello, and we will be seeing Rosie soon for maybe another collab. Maybe we'll go.
Yes,
maybe a mega cake. We'll challenge you to make like a 5-foot cake. So maybe.
All right. Chat soon. Ciao. Thanks again.
Well, her fairy house cake turned out so good. I'm kind of jealous. I kind of want to live here, but also live in her fairy house cake. Why not? That could be my summer home, over my little fairy house summer home in Australia. Well, that's all I have for you guys this week. Don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. And if you make your own woodland fairy house cake, share it with me. Let me know. I want to see what you guys are baking in your kitchen. So give a tag on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, any of the social places. And don't forget to head on over to Rosie's channel. Show her some love, give her a thumbs up, because her fairy house cake turned out so beautiful, and I'm blown out of the water with how great that turned out. I'll throw all her links down below also. And until next week, bye!